Welcome back to Grow Joyfully. It's 7:30 in the morning, and it's probably in the low 60s right now. I'm outside in the garden, and I am harvesting sage because my herbs are doing so well right here. I wanted to make time to get them picked and washed off and put in the dehydrator. And then, when they're all dry, I put them in my little Ninja and chop them up really well and put them into containers that I've saved that have gotten empty from garlic salt, onion powder, kosher salt, different things. So I try to reuse those. So that's what I'm doing today. Plus, I am canning more pizza and spaghetti sauce. The tomatoes are coming on really well right now because the heat has calmed down a bit, or at least it's not as long lasting during the day because the days are shorter. So that's what I'm working on right now. This garden seems to be doing really well with the heat backing off a bit. I have cucumbers that I need to pick here and over here on the hoop and over here on this tripod. So, oh yes, of course, we can't forget the melon and cucumber wall either. So it's kind of nice and refreshing to be out here in the garden. I actually have a jacket on. The times are changing, the season's going, and we just have to go with it, don't we? It's an enjoyable time of year. Also a little bit difficult knowing that winter's coming on. The fall is not so difficult, but the winter, I can't get outside, can't get my hands in the dirt, and can't stay so busy. I mean, I do stay busy, but not with this kind of thing that I love so much. And this parsley will be next to be harvested. But right now, we're going to focus on harvesting this beautiful sage. I don't know how you guys use your sage, but if you want to tell me down in the description and comment section below, that would be great. I just dry them and probably use them for seasoning in chicken and turkey dishes. That's what sage goes with in my head. So I'd be interested to see what you use your sage for. I know that you can also use sage for tea. It's very good for your tummy and different things like that. So I'm just trying to prepare and fill up a little apothecary for myself, for my family this winter, that I'll have things to use. I'll have parsley, sage, rosemary, basil, chamomile, lavender, marshmallow root. I don't know what I'm forgetting, but I'm trying to get as many herbs as I can. My next goal is to get some milk thistle seeds, or however you grow it. I don't know if it's a root or what, and grow that too. It's supposed to be very good for your liver and many other things. So I'm not a physician, but the saying, physician heal thyself, I'd like to be able to practice that as much as I can, to be able to use natural and whole food things. Especially, look at these herbs. For a little packet of seeds, look what I have. And the smell is just amazing. So I encourage you, in pots, raised beds, in the ground, whatever you have, to try to get out and create an herb garden for yourself so that you have seasonings for your food and herbs that you can use to help treat different things in your body. I think it's very smart, very healthy, very soothing, and very worthwhile. So, let me know about your experience in working on your own personal apothecary. I'd be very interested to see and to hear and read what you're doing. You can hear George in the background welcoming this morning. hope things are going well in your gardens and in your area. We still have a lot of smoke here, but we're just pushing through each day, trying to stay busy, productive, useful. And I hope you guys have a great day too. Once I get all the leaves picked off, I do cut the stems down just to see if we can get some more growing before the first frost that will kill them. So we'll have to see how that goes. I know that the parsley will come back. I don't know if the sage will. The rosemary will. The chamomile might if it has reseeded itself. But most of these things you have to reseed again. So it would be important to not only grow these things for their herbs, but let them go to seed and save the seeds for them. So that's something I'm going to be looking into too. I know that the coriander over there is done and I need to go pick that. So there's a lot of things to do. Always things to do to stay busy. I am getting more spaghetti and pizza sauce canned up today. I've done a lot of pickles. I need to focus on some jams and jellies, but I can pick the berries and put them in the freezer and do them when it gets cold outside. So that's not real pressing. Right now, the cucumbers and tomatoes and what have you, those are very important, and I really need to focus on those. I don't know about you, but I've had to get used to using herbs slowly and gradually. We've never really used it in our cooking. Just the occasional few things, like if you're making dressing, we use sage, or I can't even think of any good examples. Usually I just use onion powder and garlic salt, but I am expanding my palette, and I'm trying to make homemade spaghetti seasoning things, and I know that goes into it oregano, basil, paprika, and different things like that. So if I save up all these different herbs, then I can make my own spices and my own packets, if you will, like spaghetti packets during the winter. Now, as far as the taco seasoning, I'll have to look into that and see what particular herbs and spices that they have in that. But I know for spaghetti, I have all the things that I need to make my own spaghetti seasoning packets, if you will. So that's kind of fun too, another thing to branch out into. So later on we will go out and take a look at the pasture garden, but right now I need to pick cucumbers, finish getting the sage picked and in the dehydrator. I've already got my morning cut out for me, and then I'm going to hang out with some grandkids again. So I really only have a few hours in the morning to work on this stuff every day. But that's okay. I will work when I can, get done what I can, and not sweat the rest. Because it can either feed the compost or the chickens or whatever it needs to go to. Sell some things down at the farm stand so nothing goes to waste. I've just harvested some beautiful lavender. The smell is incredible. I'm going to take it in the house, rinse it off, dry it with paper towels, and then put it in the dehydrator and dry it. And then I'm going to put it in a carrier oil like olive oil or avocado oil. I will use avocado oil, that's what I have. And then put it in my window in a jar and let it steep and get all those wonderful properties of the lavender out. Then I will have lavender oil to use this winter in hopefully the lotions and salves that I'm going to be making. So, and then I'll also just have some dried lavender on hand for whatever I think I'm going to use it for. I'm really having a lot of fun growing herbs this year. I've been trying to find the time to read up on herbs and figure out more about them and the health benefits and certain things that they help. A lot of these herbs that you use are actually seasonings to your food. So there's an incredible history behind herbs. In the medieval monasteries, they grew herbs for health and seasonings and different things like that. So right now, right here, I thought that was cilantro, but it's the feverfew that I planted. So that's going to be great to have that. So it's really exciting to grow herbs. It does require a lot of study. I think they come down into two categories of sweet herbs and bitter herbs. The sweet herbs are safer and easier to use. The bitter herbs you need to do more research on. So it is definitely a work in progress, but that's what life is, isn't it? Always a work in progress. I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope you're getting a lot of things done. And I hope you're doing it joyfully. Just enjoy and embrace the cooler mornings, the beautiful sun coming up, and the lovely lives we have. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.
The seasons around they go, but of all the times if I choose I may, it's to ramble in the new mown hay. Oh, I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning.